Let's once again thank Bishop Bob Jackson, Axel Gospel Church. This has been a historical event, hasn't it? Thank you. Let's keep our comments brief, please. Thank you all.
Yes. Yeah, I just want to, it'll probably take maybe over a minute. I'm going to try to do it fast.
Okay.
You guys were great. It was so good to hear everybody. It was wonderful. I just want to say, my dad was with the 34 General Strike. He was a good friend of Harry Bridges, and actually I met Harry several times myself. He told me this story, and I think it's really important for people to know. I'll try to make it short. He said that a lot of people don't know this. It's not in the history books. A lot of people don't talk about it. But busloads of black people were brought from the South to break the strike. And Harry Bridges got some people together, and my dad was one of them, and they went out and he said, sign them all up. Sign them with the union. Now this was hard because all the people that were on strike were mostly white, and a lot of them were very racist. So what happened was they signed people up, and it changed everything. Then they started going to the black churches, all kinds of things happened, and he said there was nothing more beautiful than what happened. He thinks that's why they were able to shut down the city. Right. He really believes that. So I just wanted to make that clear. Thank you very much.
Thank you for stating that truth.
So my name is Steve Zeltzer, and I'm in the CWA, the Newspaper Guild of Rank and File member. And I think, we are streaming this. I want to thank John Peroulis on KPFA. I want to thank John KPFA for having this, because all the working people in this country should see this event today. It's not just about Oakland. It's not just about the United States. It's about the whole world. That's what we're talking about. Gentrification is going on in Paris, every city of the world. Working people, poor people are being put out. We don't need you anymore. That's what they're saying. We want to make our profits. So what we have to grapple with is that, unfortunately, in the labor movement, there's a problem. They just had raids of the UAW leadership for corruption, and their contract is coming up on the 13th. We need to mobilize working people so they take control of their lives and of this country. That's the only solution, really. We have an emergency situation. And there may be a national strike. But what I want to say is, on Monday, there's going to be a rally for the Kaiser workers. Now, Kaiser and the ILWU are connected. Actually, I came out of the ILWU. My father worked at an ILWU shop, and I became a member of Kaiser a long time ago. Now, Kaiser is telling the workers that they have to outsource their jobs, that new hires have to come in at 50% less, so a two-tier wage. So there may be a national strike of Kaiser workers, 88,000 workers, and on Monday at Kaiser in Oakland on Broadway, they're going to have a rally at the park, Mosswood Park. And there's a flyer that the ILWU has put out to connect the struggle of the longshore workers against gentrification with the struggle of the Kaiser workers, and they are connected. They're very much connected because they want to destroy our health care. They want to privatize it. So we should all be there. We should support the struggle, and we have to say we have to stop business unionism. We cannot take our guidance from John Fisher and the billionaires of the world because they're taking us off a cliff. We have to unite working people on class issues, on working class issues. So let's go there on Monday. We'll have the flyers. Let's be there, and let's say, look, it starts at 9 o'clock, Mosswood Park. Let's stop this privatization. Let's stop this union busting of our healthcare system. Let's unite working people against gentrification, and let's certainly stop the bust up of the Port of Oakland through privatization and the destruction of longshore and maritime jobs. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother. Next speaker, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Lonnie Davis. I have two things to say. I'm a community organizer, like I'm a community activist. But my thing, I'm truly upset because I live in West Oakland. And to see this come up is just devastating. And then also to see that this new apartments that they built, 1,000 of them or whatever, behind West Oakland Bar Station, similar to what they're doing over off of MacArthur. Out of 1,034 units, only 85 is going for what they say middle affordable. But what is, like he said, Daddy said, what is affordable? Come on now. That's not affordable for someone making $50,000 or less. But my thing is that one thing, I want Mr. Thomas to explain it one more time, where we are at with this proposal. Where are we at? Okay? And then secondly, my thing is that if the Asian population said no, Asian population who live over there by Laney College, where they had wanted to put the Coliseum there first, what happened with that? Okay, so can you please explain to me those two things out of the way? Because if they could do it, why we can't?
First of all, let me tell you where things are at. The Oakland A's and the city of Oakland leadership haven't heard from us. That's where things are at. This is far from a done deal. Nothing has been approved. You have to understand that big money controls the narrative on the news. The A's want you to think that this train cannot be stopped. We can stop it, and it starts here. Everyone should sign those petitions. Sister, to really get to your question, we need to have a town hall meeting where the Oakland A's can answer questions and stop playing games. We also need to have the city council to answer questions. This is our tax dollars we're talking about. Now, the last part of what you asked, I want you to restate it again. What was the last thing you asked?
When they first started talking about
Oh,
the move, they was going to go to the Asian community population.
Okay.
At the Lady College.
All right.
What happened?
Oh, okay. Good question. Let me just run this down real quick to you. The A's explored the possibility of moving to San Jose. Major League Baseball said no. They explored moving to Fremont. Baseball said no. Then they wanted to go to Chinatown near Laney College. That was stopped by the community of Chinatown and also Peralta School District and the community. The former owner of the Oakland A's, Lou Wolf, when this proposal of moving to the Port of Oakland, you know what Lou Wolf said? It's not a viable idea. It's not a viable idea. I'm not making this up. It's not viable. And he was right. This is a land grab, but I don't want to take up any more time. But that's where we are. Next speaker.
Hi, I'm Lisa Milos. I'm a rank and file member of the University of Professional and Technical Employees who work out of the University of California, San Francisco. And in San Francisco, we've seen a lot of what you're talking about, as many of you mentioned. I also want to say that I'm Chilean American, and as a Chilean, I will forever be indebted to the ILWU refusing to load and unload ships from the military dictatorship of Pinochet. But I also think we need to be aware of what exactly happened in Chile. They installed an economic model that now they're applying to the rest of the world, including the United States. The Chicago Boys economic model is run by billionaires that destroy unions, and they've been doing that for the past 20 years through the American Legislative Exchange Council. They've been doing that by using our union money, our own money, through our pension funds, which we're contributing to, which these billionaires have these financial asset management companies, and they're using our money against us. Blackstone Group, BlackRock, the Johnson family, the Fisher family, all of these billionaire families are using money against us by funding our opposition in all of the different kinds of communities where we're fighting for our homes, where we're fighting for our environment, where we're fighting for our land, where we're fighting for our schools. They're using our money against us. So we need to review all of our pension funds, and we need to look at that and start cleaning house and getting these billionaires out of our money.
Thank you. Next speaker.
I just have a couple of questions. The first one is, how do we contact the East Oakland Stadium Alliance so that we can show the Alliance our support? And the second question is, what other representatives besides the City Council should we contact, like Senator Nancy Skinner or Representative Barbara Lee? Who should we contact
Okay.
about this?
Good question. I don't know if you signed any of the sheets when you came in, but that will answer your question. Because by signing that, this information will get to those individuals. Oh. Okay. The East Oakland Stadium Alliance, visit eastoaklandstadiumalliance.com. Once again, eastoaklandstadiumalliance.com. Okay. And thank you for your question.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Susan Hammer. I'm also a union member. I'm with the American Postal Workers Union. And I want to very briefly thank Danny Glover for all his support and help. He's trying to raise the awareness of the challenges the APWU and other postal workers face regarding privatization. So thank you, brother. I just basically have two other comments. When I first heard the A's were trying to build a bigger and better facility, the first question I asked was, when was the last time the A's actually sold out a home game? That they need a bigger and better facility. Well, courtesy of Mr. Google, the best I could find was July of 2018. So I want to put that on everybody's wavelength. Do they really need this? The other thing, they want to put in retail. We need another Starbucks. That's all I could think of because everything else is closing. You can't open the newspaper, watch the news, and not be aware of the fact that all these major stores are closing branches, not opening them. So that's going to be a ghost town.
Thank you, sister. We got some other speakers. We appreciate your time. Next speaker, please.
Good afternoon by now. My name is Sue Yalsgold, and I'm an Oakland resident. I want to really thank the church for having this, allowing us to meet in this location in the shadow of the Oakland Coliseum. And I'm here to speak on behalf of disabled. And 10 years ago, I wouldn't have done that. But thanks to the A's team, they have a team that the A's management hires to assist the disabled in the present location. They assist us in getting across the bridge that takes us from BART to the stadium. And then a team of electric car drivers takes us to our seats. In this new location, that's not going to happen. Even walking a block is difficult for me. Standing is difficult for me. But I'm not a season ticket holder. I go to maybe 5 or 6 games a year, but I love it when I'm treated so well by the A's team. But and I've spoken to Dave Clavell, and he doesn't listen to me, of course, but I'm saying, what are they doing for the disabled? And they go blah, 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 and I'm sure there will be a shuttle, and I'm sure that this will happen, and I'm sorry, but it's not. And I'm not supporting any football games or any basketball games anymore, but I'd still sure love to support a baseball game. And thank you so much for listening.
Thank you for your comments.
My daddy was a his 50-year pin for the Plumbers and Steep Fitters Union. So
Thank you very much. Next speaker.
Good afternoon. My name is Carol Westbrook Williams. I am the daughter of a longshoreman. I am the niece of longshoremen, the mother of a longshoreman.
All right.
What I have to say to my community is we're too quiet. I retired from the city of Oakland. I always was active in my unions. Our younger people don't know the value of unions, the benefit we gain from people uniting together for the same purpose. That's why they can come in and say, we're going to move the Coliseum. which would be a disaster. The Coliseum, where it's at now, is the only economic base that we have in East Oakland. All we have in this have no banks from Fruitvale to San Leandro, no major grocery stores from Fruitvale to San Leandro. This cannot happen. There are children and older people who work the Coliseum who can walk to the Coliseum. What's going to happen to them? What's going to happen to the businesses that are supported by people who come to events at the Coliseum? It's a place of family. I'm a 16-year cancer survivor. Will they still have the AIDS cancer game? In September, some of the children get to go to 3 games. So it's like cutting off our nose to spite our face. I remember Cleophas Williams talked at my dad's funeral, and he told us a story about the union, the longshoremen before there was a union, before they had benefits. What those men would do on payday, if a brother had been out sick, they would pass the hat and put money in it so the brother could feed his family. We got to go back to that. We got to make more noise. We got to think beyond what's just for me, myself, and I. This is our community. We cannot let this happen.
Hi, my name is Dominique, and I am an East Oakland resident, born and raised. I'm also a member of ACE, and we have recently started a Black housing union. We're trying to keep the people that's been here that look like us, because when we're out and we're meeting people, the homeless people, they look like me. Majority of them that I've came across. So we've started a Black housing union for people that are homeowners, for people are being wrongfully evicted. We're coming together and we're supporting each other because we know that we have to come together to win. And we're holding a town hall meeting September 21st, West Oakland Library, and it starts at 12. And we hope that everyone will come out and support us. We would love to hear your story on housing or anything like that. And I feel like we will win, but we have to come together.
And give Sister Fife our regards.
Okay. West Oakland Senior Center, I'm sorry, at 12
Okay.
on September 21st.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Divya Farias, and I'm a teacher right up the street at Havens Court campus at CCPA. Thank you so much, Brother Clarence Thomas and Bishop Bob Jackson for hosting. And I wanted to say that I think it's time to push for a partnership between my union, the OEA, and ILWU. And I wanted to speak about 2 main reasons. The one is that the gentrification, we feel it in the schools because it's every year a student moved to Modesto, a student moved to Tracy because the students can't live here anymore. The families are getting pushed out. And the second reason that Brother Danny Glover brought up is charter schools. And if the connection between charter schools and the A's isn't clear enough, John Fisher of the Fisher family is the president of KIP Charter Organization, or he's the chairman of the board, right? So we can see that the impact is just starting, and it's only going to increase from here. We already have 1/3 of the schools in Oakland Unified School District are charter schools. We have 24 public schools slated for closure in the next 5 years, and what's going to happen with those buildings? They're going to be charter schools. Right? Or they're going to sell the property for increased development. And so, we had a strike earlier this year, and the next strike has to be stronger because we have to go out together. Because we got a little bit, we got crumbs, and the next time has to be more for our students. We have class sizes that are at 35. We have teachers that can't pay their rent. We have special needs students who don't have a teacher. And so I'm calling for a partnership between our unions.
Thank you, sister. Thank you for your remarks. Next speaker, please.
I have a correction. It's the West Oakland Library, September 21st at 12. I think there's 2 different events, but our event is September 21st at 12.
Okay, thank you for that correction. Next speaker.
Hello, my name is Babak Mokhdari, and I live in Oakland. And I'm here to fight alongside all of you with all the causes that were mentioned today. because it affects me also. But also I wanted to mention that this fight, like Steve mentioned, is worldwide. Originally, I'm from Iran. All the workers in Iran are on strike, not at a general strike, but from teachers, bus drivers, factory workers, retired. But when you strike in Iran, you actually put your life on the line. It's not like here. I wish it was, but it's far from here. I make it as brief as I can, but some of the people who started grassroots movements themselves got all the workers go on the streets and close the streets. They all have been arrested. They're all in jail with torture, meaning that with the telephone cable, they beat them on the bottom of the feet. They get 10, 20 years imprisonment just for voicing their causes. Some of them haven't been paid for a year or 6 months. And all they were asking to begin with was that. But when the government started cracking down on them, they went beyond. They said, we want our own company, our own factory be run by ourselves. You don't run it, we run it. They're privatizing it. One factory that has been making for years and years heavy equipment, construction equipment, everything. They are going to lose all their jobs because they're outsourcing it to China. So I'm asking for your support. We didn't have enough flyers, unfortunately, to pass it on.
Brother, let me just make a quick suggestion to you because there are other people that want to speak. I would suggest that you talk to one of the ILWU members. We are a union. We start things out with resolutions, and I would suggest that in order to follow up on the point you're making, you need to talk to one of the members of the ILWU Local 10.
Okay, I said what I had to say, and I already talked to them. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for your comments. Next speaker.
My name is Susan Kirsch, and I'm reminded of my father being a member of the Farm Labor Union back in the Midwest, back in the 40s and 50s. But I'm here today because I'm the founder of a group called Livable California. And I want to say that this is an inspiring kind of event because of the union participation and being here in a church. But what Livable California has done is create a coalition in the 9-county Bay Area. And I can tell you that this fight that you're facing here is not a fight that's just in East Oakland, but this is the kind of issue that communities everywhere in the 9 counties are facing because of this land grab that is happening everywhere. And I want to say, I've written and had published, because we're working with legislators in Sacramento, I've written something called California Legislature Should Not Allow the Financialization of Housing. I'll be over in that corner. I've got a few copies here that I'd like to distribute, or talk to anybody who's interested in building these bridges between unions, neighborhood associations, and the work that's going on in Sacramento.
Thank you for your comments. Next speaker.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gabriel Prawl. I'm the president of ILW Local 52 in Seattle. I came all the way over here to support you in your struggle, but I want to reaffirm you that this struggle that you're having here in Oakland is not just happening here. I hear many people talking about it, but I'm experiencing it right here in Seattle, in the Soto district, right close to our port. I'm seeing that echo, but anyway, unlike what you experienced here with the mayor of Oakland, I want to just reaffirm a statement from the mayor of Seattle. Mayor Jenny Durkin of Seattle wrote a letter to the Seattle City Council urging them to consider the importance of protecting industrial land and the diversity family wages jobs that are supported by them. Industrial lands are backbone to support family wage jobs and necessary to build inclusive economy for Seattle. Without question, housing and commercial development are necessary and have greatly improved many areas of our city, meeting the needs needs of growing city, creating vibrant neighborhood, and supporting thousands of new jobs. Land zone for industrial use, however, support many good and diverse family wage jobs. At this present time, the Seattle City Council and the Martin Luther King Labor Council are supporting that the billionaire Chris Hansen build a stadium at the Seattle Center, which is away from industrial land. You know, I want to share with you one thing, and this is a call from Harry Bridges, because we got to know that for us to win this battle, we all got to be working together as a movement. And Sir Ronald wrote a statement one time saying, at the banquet table of life, there are no reserved seats. You get what you can take, and you keep what you can hold. If you can't take anything, you won't get anything. And if you can't hold anything, you won't keep anything. But you can take anything. You cannot take anything without organization. So we have to organize, we have to work together, and we have to win this fight for humanity and a better place in this world.
Thank you, Gabriel. Next speaker.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Marlena Davis, and I'm a long-term member of Oakland. My family brought me here when I was 2 years old in Oakland to work in the Army bases. And I am also an ex-union member of SEIU. I just retired from Alameda County and also City of Oakland. So I have seen the changes in West Oakland. I lived on 3rd in the Woods, you know, and I see the changes now as they're migrating to within the city. And I was having to go down on Broadway just yesterday and saw a Target store being placed between West Grand and I think between 25th. And I said, what's going on here? You know, people out here are homeless, and you know, it's really heartbreaking to me because I'm a product of gentrification right now. You know, I lived in a beautiful 2-bedroom unit, 2-bath. I woke up in the morning, looked at a tree, saw squirrels, and heard bluebirds. Okay, so I had to move because I couldn't afford to live. My owner wanted to move, you know, sell the unit, move to another place. That's decent, you know what I mean? It's not what I have 18 years. You know, but now when I wake up, I look under the bridge, I see homeless people. I don't see any birds, you know? And so what I'm saying is, me to have worked all my life, you know, to have to live in this city now that's falling apart for African Americans and low income people, you know, it's a shame. You have too much land in this world, in the United States of America. You go for a long ride and see nothing but land. Why they can't build some houses and put some people out there? So, you know, it's all about money, big time money, and they're not looking at the everyday person. So when you look at a 1-bedroom, it's like almost $2,000 for 1 bedroom. Then you look at a 2-bedroom, that's $25 on up. Is that considered affordable living? You know what I'm saying? So what's going on here? We really have to get together. I'm coming out of retirement. I'm ready to fight now.
Thank you, sister. We got some other speakers, but thank you for your comments, and thank you for being here today. Next speaker.
Hello, friends and comrades. I'm Bill DeLucchi. I raised my kids in East Oakland, still live here since '88. Originally from the city. I got to San Francisco State a little after Danny, because I got drafted in '66. I worked for Johnson in '64 because he was a peace candidate, those of us old enough to remember, against Bang Bang Barry Goldwater. And then 2 years later, I got a letter from Mr. Johnson, and he drafted me behind. But I made it through. I'm here. I just wanted to say, I remember a cartoon. Well, I want to ask one question. Do we see any politicians here? Any politicians here?
If so, they haven't acknowledged themselves.
All right. Well,
I just caution you, brother. We're trying to wrap it up. We got 2 other speakers.
Okay. There's a cartoon I want us to envision. Remember the cartoon with the big fish chasing 1,000 little fish? And the next page, 1,000 little fish make an even grander fish and chase the big fish. And that's what we have to do. We have to chase the big fish. We have to create a place where working people run where they work and the community runs their own community.
Thank you for your comments. Next speaker.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gabrielle Gambro. I am a product of ILWU workers, great-grandfather, uncles, grandfather, myself. potentially me becoming an ILW member in the near future, hopefully. So I wanted to also say I'm an Oakland resident. I live in West Oakland. My family has lived in North Oakland. My grandmother currently lives in a neighborhood where her and her husband, which was an ILW local team worker, purchased their house for what we call today nearly nothing, and now she lives in a $1 million neighborhood, and they are trying to get her to sell her home. I spoke to a representative of the A's during an event in West Oakland, and they expressed to me the project going forward with moving the A's to Jack London Square. Me and my son, which is 9 years old, I have periodically brought him down there to that area just for us time. It's super calm, super relaxing to look out into the water, go to the movies, and have a bit of ice cream. With this new infrastructure wanting to be put in place, I was just a bit concerned with my livelihood as well as my son's, as well with my neighbors, with talking about the drug problems in West Oakland, homelessness. We see it every single day. We see it on our doorstep every single day. And like the previous speaker suggested for us to come together, I just wanted to put my thoughts out there and my voice out there to say that I'm here with all of you guys.
Thank you, sister. We appreciate it very much. The last speaker.
Good afternoon. My name is Ricardo Ortiz. I'm from Puerto Rico, and I'm an activist for independence and socialism in Puerto Rico, and I collaborate with Labor Video Project and Labor Fest. And also I have given my whole heart supported, as Clarence knows, to the fights and struggles of the ILW. I'm also a Hurricane Maria survivor. I was there in 2017 to visit and celebrate my birthday, and luckily I'm right here with you. I witnessed all the destruction. I want to say that, brothers and sisters, we have to find another alternative to organize ourselves to fight against this system. The Democratic Party is a party that Warren Buffett and the Watson family, the plutocrats and billionaires, also support. Even Donald Trump has boasted that in the past he gave money to even Hillary Clinton. So the Democratic Party and the Republican Party are both parties of the rich. And we have to find an alternative, founding a party of the working poor, an independent party that represents us. Really, we the people can do it. I have been in general strikes. I was a witness how we, Puerto Rico, got the criminal American Navy out of the island of Vieques, out of the island of Culebra, where they were doing the same things they did to the people in Hunters Point, polluting people and contaminating and making people sick. I just want to end with this sentence and this exhortation. We, the poor and the laboring masses of the world, have to unite. We are together, united by the question of class. And the only way we can fight racism, sexism, and all kinds of oppression is if we overthrow our common oppressors. Let's found a workers' party in this country.
Thank you. Thank you, brother. And thank everyone once again. Thanks to Bishop Bob Jackson. Let's hear it for him. He let Brother Clarence come to on the pulpit. Thank you so much, brother. Brother Danny Glover, thank you so much. We love you and everything that you do, and everyone that took time out of their weekend. Be safe. I hope there's food left. Thank you so much.